Hello, Biology 1. I want to talk about the syllabus and my course policies in a little bit more detail than what I've done before. So from the home screen on Canvas, you'll want to go to Modules. And then at the very top where it says Welcome Here, click on the course syllabus. So this has the description of the course and my goals. It's important that you read through these. If you are in the Seattle area, you have picked up a physical textbook, and that's nice to have, I think, sometimes because you're spending so much time looking at your screens. I gave you that physical book so you can have some non-screen time. You also do have access to the digital books, so you can use either one. And many of you, or most of you now, have your science lab kits. For some labs, you will need to purchase materials, things like potatoes, or use things that you already have at home, like baking soda. But I'll give you plenty of notice if that's the case, or if you just can't get something, you can let me know. So learning time is the amount of time you should be spending on biology per week. That includes the time that we're together synchronously, as well as any work that you're doing on your own or asynchronously. So we're going to aim for about 4 to 5 hours of learning time in biology each week. Some weeks you'll have less than that. Some weeks you might have a little bit more than that. And just depending on your comfort level with different material or just how much time you choose to spend on particular assignments, that may vary from person to person as well. But that is the time I have in mind. If you are spending a lot more time than that or a lot less time than that, please let me know, and so I can adjust things. I do expect you to complete the asynchronous work or homework that I give you between our synchronous sessions, so you can fully participate in the next class. If you haven't done the work, oftentimes we apply that stuff to the activities we do in class, so you won't be able to participate as well, and you're not going to learn as much from class. And, if we're doing something in groups, it really it puts a lot of pressure on your other group members. So please keep up. Again, if you're having trouble keeping up, just let me know. And I never try to just give out busy work. Everything that we do as homework has a purpose. And I'll try to be really clear about what that purpose is. My grades, I explained this in the welcome video, but the way I'm grading is everything is going to be in 2 categories. Either something is formative or it's summative, and that's the way things are categorized in the grade book. Formative, even if I give it points or give those assignments grades, they actually don't count towards your final grade in the class. The only things that count towards your final grade are those things I'm putting in that summative category. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't do the formative work or you're like, yay, nothing counts, I don't need to do anything. The problem with that attitude is once we get to the summative work, you're going to flounder. The formative work is all practice, and it's a chance not only for you to practice and make mistakes, but also a chance for me to give you feedback and for you to learn from that feedback. So if you haven't done the practice, you're not going to do well on the performance piece. So everything will go in the grade book. We can see how you're doing on the formative stuff, but again, only those summative assignments actually count towards the final grade in your class. It's new school policy this year that we just don't give grades below a 50%. And just, if I forget to do that and you see that there's something in there below a 50%, just let me know and I will definitely go and fix that for you. I will try to give you really frequent feedback and timely feedback. So on most things, if it's like just a quick assignment that we're doing in class or asynchronous assignment, if it's something small, I should give you feedback within a couple days. If it's a longer project, give me a week or a little more than a week, just because I have to get through everybody's. But if it's been a really long time and you haven't gotten a grade or feedback on something, that's when it's appropriate to just send me a little reminder. Let's see, if you have any missing work and you forget to turn it in on time, that's fine. It's going to show up temporarily as a 50% or not turned in. But you have until the end of the unit to turn that in for full credit. I really, really recommend you don't wait that long. If you forget to do something, make it up right away. And again, that way you're going to get feedback on it when you still have a chance to practice, try again, apply that before summative assessment. Let's see. If I've graded something with a rubric or I have commented directly on your paper, there are a couple steps that you need to take in the grade book. You can't just glance at the grade book. You'll see your grade, but you're not going to get all that good feedback. So as I start giving feedback on assignments, I will show you or remind you, I guess, how to go back into the system to actually see your feedback. And I don't think I have anything in here. Let's check really quickly to see if I have anything we can look at. I don't. So as we start having some assignments, I will make sure I show you what that looks like to view my feedback and anything from like a rubric or peer evaluations. If you're absent from a synchronous class, a Zoom meeting, what you need to do is go into the agenda in the modules, scroll all the way down, because underneath the regular agenda is an asynchronous agenda. So for that class period, you will be acting, or basically you're going to be taking that role of an asynchronous student, and some of the activities I have to modify a little bit. So those modifications are going to be in that asynchronous agenda. And, just email me or send me a chat in Teams if there's something on there you don't understand, or if a link's not working for you, because sometimes I set them up for specific students. So all assignments I will put into Canvas so they show up on your to-do list. It is really important that you check that to-do list. Keep up your own planner as well, so you know what you need to be doing every night. I will also be, posting important announcements in the announcements in Canvas. If you want those to show up in your email, just make sure that your notifications are set up that way. So if you go to your home screen, on the right, it says View Course Notifications. And you'll want to make sure that notifications are enabled for Canvas. So you'll be able to see when a new announcement comes. I will from time to time also email. So I'm going to try to use the announcements in Canvas more and more, though. Academic integrity, it applies to digital work as well as when we're in person. So please read the student handbook carefully about consequences for academic integrity violations. You might be able to get full full credit back for an academic integrity violation, but you're going to lose trust from me for a while. So just be really careful. If you're not sure if something is plagiarizing or if a resource is allowed when you're doing a particular assignment, just ask. Ask me, and I'll let you know. It never hurts to ask. And then finally, with reassessments, if you score below a 70% on a summative assessment, I'm not going to give you that grade. And I'm going to require that you redo that assessment. So it might be redoing a project or retaking a test or a quiz. But you'd have to meet with me first, and we need to come up with a plan so that you can learn that material really well. I don't want you making the same mistakes over and over. The point of this class is for you to learn. So we need to figure out what has to happen for you to learn, and then give you a chance to show me that you have learned that material. Now, if you have scored greater than a 70% on a summative assessment, but you're still not happy with that, we can go through that same process. So we can talk about what you need to do to master those skills or the content that you didn't quite get the first time, and you have a chance to redo whatever assignment or assessment that was. And it won't be the same exact thing. You'll have to do something a little bit different to show me that you've learned those skills and the content. I think that's it for everything that I can think of that's really important for class policies. One thing I didn't put on here is, make sure that you are showing up for those synchronous meetings, those Zoom meetings on time. And by on time, really, you should come a couple minutes before so that we're able to start right on time, and I'm not, continually bringing people in from the waiting room right at class start time. So come a couple minutes early, turn your cameras on once class starts, and keep them on, especially while you're in small groups. If you're just working on something silently, I might tell you can turn it off, but otherwise your default should be on.